Hey, everybody, it is your favorite business coach here, Carmela. So, a couple of things I wanted to share with you on today that I think will be encouraging for you. Uh, this one, got to get my right frame up. There we go. I think these things would be encouraging for you. And just to give you a little advice, right? A little unsolicited advice. It's February. We are, for those of you that's entrepreneurs, we are well into the new year. We are well into the first quarter, and it's time for you to do an assessment. You cannot wait until the first quarter is over to take a look at some things, right? So if you need some help one-on-one, I am doing a private event virtually in March. So if you're interested in that, let me know. If you need somebody to help you look through your first quarter, put your plan, your strategic plan together. That's what I am, a strategic business coach. But today we're going to talk about three keys to success. Three keys to success that I believe you can do in business any business or any organization, no matter what it is that you're doing, you will find these three things to be helpful. And sometimes we have to realize that we make stuff so difficult sometimes, y'all. It ain't hard at all. We just got to be able to come together, have a talk with ourselves, be honest with ourselves so that we can give ourselves permission to get to the next level. I hope you caught that. You have to give yourself permission to get to the next level because a lot of times we hold ourselves back. I I'm just not buying it. I'm no longer buying it that somebody else is holding you back. It is you. It is me. It is our own fears. It is our own lack of understanding. It is us not getting out of our own way. If you would get out of your own way and give yourself permission to want more, that is the first step to receiving it, achieving it, living it. The new word y'all are using now is manifesting it, right? I have a whole nother message that I can do on manifesting because I think that any type of manifestation outside of God is a place I don't want to be, right? So I am a business coach, but I am a believer. And so everything that I do is based on the word of God. And I know that he has more for me, that he'll open up more doors for me. And this is why it starts here, y'all. It starts in our minds. It really does. All right, so let me give you these three things. Number one, the very first thing is keep God and family first. Keep God and family first. I'm going to drop it in the comments for when you catch the replay. I want you to drop it in the comments too, because it's something about you saying it, right? Something about you writing it. Number one, put it in the comments. Keep God and family first. I want you to drop it in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. Keep God and family first. Why is this important? Because it's the order of things. If you allow your business and other people's needs to get ahead of your faith and to get ahead of your family, you're working out of order. Because many times if you are a believer, a Christian business owner, we believe that God has assigned us our business. He has given us the gifts, talents, ideas, and even the people to serve. If you're running a nonprofit, if you're running some other type of organization, we know that God has given us the vision, right? And so we can't put the thing that he's given us ahead of him. The second thing is many of us would do what we do for free if we didn't have bills to pay, or we would do what we do now for free if we didn't have children and grandchildren to care for. So you can't put the business ahead of the family because you're working the business to provide for the family, to give them the life that they desire or the life that you desire for them. So you got to keep the first things first. Key to success number one is keep God and family first. When you get things out of order, is when we begin to make a mess. If you do get them out of order, all you got to do is go back to step one. Put God first. And then put your family in their rightful place. I have known of people that I knew a truck driver that drove all over the place to provide an amazing life for his family. But all his family wanted was his time and his attention, right? So this is not any slam against drivers, because I know there are plenty of truck drivers that have healthy families. But what I'm saying is the time that you do have at home, you can't mentally be somewhere else. You can't always be working. You got to keep a balance. You got to know how to unplug, to keep God first and keep your family first. Work, do all of those things, but never forsake these two in this order. God first, and then your family. The second key to success that I have found, this is just my personal experience, is we need to expand our circle. Now, when you jump on, I want you to drop this in the comments. Expand not our circle. I want you to say expand my circle. Expand my circle. And there's a reason why I want you to say my circle. I'm working right along with you. Expand my circle. The reason it's so important to expand my circle is because all I know is what I know. I don't know what I don't know. I know you think that's silly, but y'all, it's the truth. You don't know what you don't know. You think that the environment that you came from is the way it is everywhere, and I'm here to tell you it is not. There are systems and things in place, and some of those systems were not built for you, but you need to know what's going on so that you know how to either work within that system or in those certain situations where you need to build your own. You need to know, right? So you got to expand your circle. Let me say this. Don't nobody want broke friends. Yeah, I paused on purpose because I know you're probably feeling all kind of emotions. First, you was like, that's right. And he was like, well, wait now. I ain't better than them. I didn't say you were. All I'm saying is when you go up, you bring them up with you, right? When you are exposed to more, you go to your friends, the ones that you love, the ones that you want to see get to the next level, and you begin to share with them. Right? That's why you expand your circle. You expand your circle so that when you know better, when you get information, when you begin to take your life to another level, now you can grab the hands of those people that's in your circle that's been riding with you when you didn't have nothing, right? And you want to bring them with you. That is admirable. That is amazing. And that's what we're supposed to do. But you can only take people with you that want to go. So there's a couple of parts to that, right? When I say we don't want broke friends, the key here is this: expand your circle. Allow yourself to get in places with people that know more than you, that have been further than you, and don't mind sharing how they got there. You can't be intimidated. You got to deal with your own personal insecurities so that when people start talking about money and they start talking about investments and they start talking about their future and they start talking about retirement and they start talking about international travel, they start talking about 30-day vacations. If you find yourself feeling some kind of way when people are speaking this language, that means you got a money blocker or something within you that you need to deal with. Don't pull back. Ask God. Go back to number one. Keep God and family first. When people begin to share about money and next level and talk about vacations and investments and things, and it make you uncomfortable, you go to God and ask him to help you in that area, because you can't expand your circle if you allow limited thinking to block your way. Because a lot of us grew up thinking that rich people were stuck up, but we want to be rich. That doesn't make sense. Or you want to be wealthy. It doesn't make sense. You can't obtain something that you don't honor. Let me explain that. I'm not telling you to worship anybody other than number one. Remember, God. We only worship him. And just because somebody got money don't mean they are better than you. So I have to put all these disclaimers out here. I want to talk to the mature Christian business owner so that you know that when you expand your circle, it's so that you can attain something else, and you need to see something else so that you know that there is something else. That's all I'm saying. So when you see people that's wealthy and they're living the life that you desire, don't get angry with them when they begin to share about it, or don't start feeling some kind of way. If you start feeling an inadequacy, you got to take that to God, because we attract what we respect. We attract what we respect. Okay. Good afternoon, Melissa. Thanks for jumping on. So the first thing we got to do is keep God and family first. The second thing we got to do is expand your circle. Expand your circle. So as you go up, as you learn new things, as you learn new tools, you get new resources, you get new doors open for you. You can bring people along with you. This is the key, though. You can only bring the people that want to go. Everybody will not want to go, and you have to be okay with that. So number 2 is expand your circle. Get in some rooms with some people that don't look like you, don't talk like you, don't think like you, but they are willing to share with you. And then it's your responsibility to take what you learn in those new rooms, apply what will work for you. Apply what will work for you. Okay, I got a saying where I say, eat the meat and spit out the bones. The stuff that don't apply, don't get hung up on the bones. Don't get hung up on the stuff that don't apply to you. Take what does apply to you and work it. Okay. Hey, Consuelo. Hey. This CEO right here is a boss, Consuelo. I love the work that you're doing in the healthcare field too, Consuelo. Number 1, keep God and family first. Number 2, expand your circle. Get in places around people that will challenge your limiting beliefs. And when they do challenge them, don't run away. Don't feel like you're not worthy of any of those things. Any insecurities or inadequacies that you feel, take it back to step number 1. Take it back to God. Work through it so that you can attract what you respect. Okay? Thank you, Consuelo. We attract what we respect. And the third key to success, number 1, keep God and family first. Number 2, expand your circle. Get in some rooms with some people that can challenge you. And number 3 is, I want you to drop it in the comments, invest in myself. Number 3 is invest in myself. That means different things to different people. The reason I want you to type this in first person, I wanted you to type it in first person, like number 2, expand my circle, because I want it to be personal for you. You got to expand your circle. And so what? You're uncomfortable. It's okay. You know how many times I was the only one that looked like me in the room? It's okay. Somebody got to be first. You got to go and get the information. You may be the first college graduate in your family. You may be the first homeowner in your family. You may be the first whatever, CEO in your family. It's okay. It's going to be uncomfortable. But get on there and get in that room and learn and grab the hands of some people and take them along with you. That's right, Melissa. All right, here we go. Invest in myself. This is number 3. Now, invest in myself. This is what I had to do. I had to invest in myself, you guys. This just simply means ask for help. That's whatever that means for you. Sometimes you can get help for free, and sometimes you can get help for free, but sometimes you got to pay for it. But whatever works for you, just invest in yourself, right? Because I've seen this is just my personal experience. When I offer free things, people will get only so much. And so like if it's like 3 weeks free, they may come 1 week and they think, okay, that's all I need. And so I'm good now. But when you pay for something, you have a different level of commitment. That's all I'm saying. But if you are committed and you can learn what you can learn from what you can get for free and you're going to implement it, then do that. That's investing as well. Invest in yourself. Ask for help. Be open to learning. That goes back to number 2. Expand your circle. That means you're going to find yourself in places with people that don't look like you, don't think like you, and they may challenge your thought process. But I promise you, if you don't run away from it, it's going to help you to grow. It really is. It's going to help you grow. You got to invest in yourself. You got to block time out on your calendar. And I talk to people and I say, well, okay, have you considered reading this book or listening to this audio book or going through this training? And they say, well, I don't have time. Well, that means I ain't got time to grow. I don't have time to learn. I don't have time to invest in myself. You got time. You just got to make you priority. You got to make you priority. So if that means you're going to stay up an hour later at night and get that podcast in or that audio book in, or you're going to get up an hour earlier in the morning to get that training in, do what you got to do to invest in you. Because see, it's temporary. Some of those investments of time and those classes and trainings and different things that you know you need to get to the next level is temporary. And sometimes it does cost money, but that's okay. I'm worth the investment. I spend money on everything else. I'm okay with spending money on me because I am worth the return on investment. So I just want to come talk to some Christian business owners just for a few minutes. It's been 16 minutes. Within 4 minutes, I'm going to be done. As believers, we really struggle with this, you guys, because we think that it makes us humble when we're the ones that's always giving. But you can find yourself shifting over into pride if you can't ever receive. Well, see, I don't want nobody to help me because, girl, we all had to get some help. We all had to get some help. We all had to have somebody to speak into our lives. Like there's always been somebody that spoke into my life when it was time for me to push to another level. Like, well, no, I'm not, I can't do that. What I'm doing right here, this fits into my time schedule. This fits into my parameters. I know how to do this and I know how to do this well. That, I don't know how to do that. Well, guess what? Get yourself out there and learn how to do it. Because that is going to take this to another level. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Hear me when I tell you, nothing is wasted. I always use my hand sanitizers right here. If you selling hand sanitizers and then you're going to eventually go over to selling these cute little bowls. I love these little bowls, right? So what you learn to sell hand sanitizers is really going to take you to another level when you start learning how to sell these bowls. You hear me? Because nothing is wasted. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this bowl. Because the people skills that you had to learn when you were selling that hand sanitizer is going to help you with them same skills when you start trying to sell bowls, right? Everything you learned over here is never going to be wasted when you're taking it to another level over here. I know you're thinking, why is she showing us hand sanitizers and hair bowls? Just because it's what's right here on my desk. You put in here what it is that you're doing. All I'm saying, the point is, it's not wasted. The skill set is transferable. Everything that you're learning is going to take you to another level. There's one scripture I want to share with you, and then we finna go. I told y'all 4 minutes. Yep, I got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. It's right here. I wasn't planning on sharing all this, but hey, that means somebody needs to hear it. So here we go. As an entrepreneur, I'm gonna share this scripture with you, and I know it's gonna encourage somebody, because I'm not talking to just any entrepreneur. I'm talking to Christian business owners. My friend, she has a group, CBOs, Christian business owners. We are Christian business owners. So here we go. Let's talk about it. Here's the scripture here. 2 Corinthians 5:7 says, for we walk by faith and not by sight. So as an entrepreneur, remember, step number 1, keep God and family first. Step number 2, expand your circle. Step number 3, invest in yourself. Invest your time, your gifts, your talents. You're going to have to sacrifice some things, right? But remember, the sacrifice will never be greater than the reward that God has for you. So you're not walking by what you see. You're walking by faith. You're not walking by what's in your currently in your bank account. You're walking by faith. You're not walking by the results that you've gotten in the past. You're walking by faith, not by what you see, not by what somebody else has said, not based on somebody else's results, but based on what God has told you that you can do and that you can bring to pass in your current business, no matter what that business is. 2 Corinthians 5:7, we walk by faith and not by sight. Right? Y'all got that? Somebody drop 2 Corinthians 5 and 7 in the chat for me. You got that? And there's a second part to this, and I'm going to be done. The second part is James 2 and 17. Faith without works is what? Dead. Hey, T. Faith without works is dead. All right, here we go. Let's back up, and I'm going to pull it all together. I'm going to pull these 3 steps together, and I'm going to show you how this all fits. 2 Corinthians 5 and 7 says, for we walk by faith and not by sight. As an entrepreneur, you have applied faith to every other area of your life. You got faith when it comes to your sicknesses. You want to be healed. You got faith when it comes to your kids. You believe in God for their salvation. You got faith for every other area. You got to also have faith for your business. So we walk by faith and not by sight. Now, the second one is James 2 and 17. It says, for without faith without works is dead. So we're walking by faith and not by sight. So as you're walking, there have to be some works. There have to be some implementation. There have to be something that you have to do. That sounds to me like number 3. Number 3 is make an investment. That is you activating the vision and the faith that you are believing God for. So here are your 3 steps. Number 1, keep God and family first. If you want to be successful, you can't get these 2 wrong. Okay. I'm talking to Christian business owners. You can't get this wrong. You got to keep God first, because he's the one that's going to give you the vision for your business. And then you're working to benefit your family. So you got to keep these things in order. Number 2, expand your circle. Get around people that are successful. Listen to people that are doing what it is that you want to do. They are living the way you want to live. And when you get in these circles and you find yourself feeling some kind of way because of their success, deal with yourself. Don't run away from it. Deal with those emotions. That's just simply identifying the limiting belief, because that means there's a limiting belief there, and then replace it in faith. And then the third step is invest in myself. You know what that investment looks like. That's where James 2 and 17 comes in, because faith without works is dead. You can hear the Father. You can keep things in order. You got your family first. You're in the circles. You're getting the information. But if you are not implementing, if you are not doing what it is that you are learning, then you have dead faith. Nothing fruitful can come just by sitting in there and not operating or implementing. I just said, y'all heard me say, I got a friend that got a group called CBOs. Here she is. Hey, Bernice. I told them I'm talking to Christian business owners on today. And so those are our 3 things, okay? Keep God and family first. Expand your circle. Invest in yourself. Your 2 scriptures, 2 Corinthians 5 and 7, for we walk by faith and not by sight. James 2 and 7, faith without works is dead. Whatever you're getting in steps 1 and 2, number 3 says you got to do something with what it is that you're getting. Implementation is the key. Without it, it's just dead faith, and you're going to keep spending money and spending time and not get the results. But as a Christian business owner, you got to be fruitful, because people are watching you, and they know that if God can do it for you, that he can do it for them. Remember in the beginning when I said, don't nobody want no broke friends? Hey, Tamika. Remember I said, don't nobody want no broke friends? They're your friends, and we was broke together at one point, right? But when you get this thing right and you begin to grow and you begin to expand, you can grab them by the hand and you can bring them with you. You can bring them with you, the ones that want to go. If they don't want to go, it's okay. I love you. There's no hard feelings. I'm okay. I still love you. But I'm not going to just be sitting around talking about people when we can be sitting around planning how we're going to help those people that we used to talk about get to the next level too, right? It's a whole different mindset. It's a totally different mindset. 3 things. Number 1, let me say this and get off here, y'all. Y'all got me all stirred up. Number 1, keep God and family first. Number 2, expand your circle. Expand my circle. Make it personal. Don't be afraid. Get out there and expand your circle. You may be the only one in the room that look like you. or talk like you or got the background that you got. But guess what? It's okay because you're there to get information. And number 3, you're going to invest in yourself. This is where you're going to implement. And some stuff you can get for free, but some stuff you're going to have to pay for. Some stuff going to require sacrifice. It's going to maybe some early mornings, maybe some late nights. You may have to go off for a couple of days, but go get the information and then you come back and then you do exactly what Coach said down here and implement it. Because when you implement it, that's how you get success. Listen, I'm taking a small group of people through a 4-week virtual training in March. If you're interested in it, message me. I'd love to share some more details with you. Y'all have a great day. Take these 3 steps and make it work